Man, there are a lot of podcasts out there.
Definitely. I mean, there's 3 million shows, 50 million episodes, and more every day.
I mean, who has the time to figure out which ones are the best podcasts?
We do. That's who. What's up, guys? I am Alicia Renee.
And I'm Dax Holt.
And we are your host of Pod Sauce, a podcast discovery show.
Look at us as your podcast concierge.
We do all the work for you. We listen to the shows, review them,
pick the best episodes, and interview the hosts.
Pod Sauce. Let us help you find your next binge. Tell them where to go, Dax.
Go to podsauce.com.
You've served your country, you're completing your military duty and transitioning back to civilian life, and you've got questions. ConnectingVets.com is waiting to help navigate your return. Find out how to use your GI Bill for education, certifications for today's job market, transitional jobs, and more. ConnectingVets.com even helps the children and family of service members. You served your country with honor, and you deserve the benefits that come with service. Find job and education resources and much more at ConnectingVets.com.
Well, again, I know how good of a player that Miles Sanders is, and looking forward to getting him back in there and getting him carries, and just a really good job by Jordan and Boston and Kenny, like I said, of filling in. I think that changes. That's different based off of different situations. Like if Miles is healthy and ready to go, he's our starter.
They go Nick Sirianni leaving no doubts who the starter is if he's healthy.
That wasn't a smooth delivery, but
of course not.
It really pops out and it grows.
No, and it doesn't mean that that's what's actually going to happen.
Well,
but at the
we have to answer for it if it doesn't happen. You better have a good explanation.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is that
because people will ask, I thought Miles was the starter if he was healthy.
Well, all right, so being the starter, I believe he's going to be the starter when healthy, but I also don't think that guarantees him 15 carries, or let's just say that they have 25 rushes among running backs.
Yeah.
I don't think he's getting 17 of those, and the other guys are splitting up 8.
Well, it depends on what he does with his 15 carries.
Yes, like you had said yesterday or the day before, both that you go with the hot hand.
Yeah,
and I agree with you.
Yeah, listen, I and this isn't any shot at Boston Scott or Jordan Howard, who's been doing a phenomenal job, and I think they should continue to be a part of the running back rotation. But if I'm just looking at the overall ability of the 3 running backs, I mean, Jack bumped his head yesterday. I'm going to forgive him for his statement of he doesn't want a home run hitter. I don't know what the hell he's talking
about.
Jack,
are you going to back away from that?
No, I like guys that are going to hit the hole and go.
Right.
Like home run. I don't need a guy dancing around. Just
that's what you mean.
Right.
That's what you – and I'm with you on that.
Right. I don't mean – obviously.
He said he didn't want Barry Sanders. He said he wouldn't want Barry Sanders.
Well, how many rings do him and LaShawn McCoy and Saquon Barkley have?
McCoy has 2.
Shady has 2.
Oh, no. They don't count. Stop.
Well, I mean, it's just
he
his
didn't
dumb.
even suit up.
But it's
well,
just
the first one he did, I thought, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was technically there. Second one, he did not suit up. My point is, like,
Right.
I think Miles' yards per attempt gets skewed a little bit because he does break the long ones. I don't think he's actually a 4.8 yards per rusher guy that he is right
Well,
now.
no, that's why they call it an average, Jack. He is that. But to your point, I don't want to see the dancing either. So I think we can all agree with that part of your statement. And I would imagine the coaches don't want to see dancing in the backfield either. They want you to hit the hole, get behind your pads, run with some aggression, and get what's ever there. The thing is that some of those runs that Jordan and Boston actually broke past 5 to 10 yards and they got on the open field, they were never really a threat to go the distance. Whereas Miles, once he gets in the open field, we've seen him run past people and can go the distance. We've seen him have an 80-yard touchdown, a 70-plus yard touchdown.
Yep.
So we've seen these things, and I understand there's a fear of screwing up what's been working.
Get a good thing going.
I understand that. But there's also a thing called improving on what you've been doing. Right? So you can improve on what you've been doing. It can be even better. Like, he isn't the cause of why they weren't running the ball early in the season, why they struggled running the ball. No, the problem was they wouldn't run the ball. So now that they've committed to running, it's almost like being in that Broncos offense from 20 years ago. It shouldn't matter what running back is back there. With the way this offensive line is blocking, as long as he's decisive to the hole, and more importantly, running from under center. See, when you get back there in that shotgun, and you got to draw. Now Miles, he has to look and see, okay, where's the rusher coming from? Where's the hole set up at? No, you get up under center, you reverse pivot out, you hand that ball off. Now these offensive linemen got a way to fire off the ball. And here's the other thing that I don't want to get too far in the weeds with just talking about the different styles of running and what it does. When you line up under center, and depending on the quarterback action, meaning if he reverse pivots, if he gives a straight handoff here, or he gives that look where he's going to hand it off here to the right, but they bring it back to the left. See what happens when that action is happening. The linebackers have to flow wherever that ball is placed. And the reason why that's important from under center is because the quarterback has the ability to be deceptive with that. And what that does to the linebackers is that it can get them out of position, and it gives the offensive lineman an opportunity to get the angle on them that they ultimately want. When you do that in shotgun, it's hard to do. Because as a linebacker, you're in shotgun, I can sit there and watch you. It's only so many things you can do with the ball. It's either stick it in the running back's belly or not.
Right. Yeah.
But when you're under center, that could be play action pass. It could be a run here, reverse there. Like, it's more difficult to defend, and even Miles has brought this up, that they prefer to run the ball with the quarterback under center because it helps to set up blocks.
And if you remember, when Miles was playing, it was when Hurts was doing a lot of RPO where he wasn't doing a lot of R, and there was a lot of passing.
Right, yes.
Right, to where it wasn't helping Miles out
right.
as far as the running game. Mm-hmm. And then he gets the ball where he doesn't know going into the play he's getting the ball because it's a stupid option as opposed to getting under center.
That's a great point.
And running the ball.
Yep. And look at what they've done since they've stopped doing that.
They've been successful.
Yes.
And by the way, Miles Sanders, 63 carries, 300 yards, only has a long of 24 and an average of 4.8. So
this year,
yeah.
He didn't get the ball this year.
Not getting the ball, but like that, he doesn't have a 4.8 yard carry because he has an 80-yard touchdown. As long as his 24 yards, he was fine this year. The problem was he wasn't getting the ball, and they weren't running it.
Yes.
And when he did get the ball, when he did get the ball in a rhythm, more than just one carry every couple drives,
never happened really to the Raiders game. Miles is a second-round draft pick. The idea that he wasn't going to play or he's going to be inactive is just it's silly, quite frankly. I mean, it's just silly. Just silly.
Yeah, he's your starter. Nick Sirianni at the end said he's your starter. Now, Nick, let's figure out how to keep everybody productive and happy, and let's go.
Yeah.
Chuck.
I mean, unless you picked up Boston or Jordan Howard in fantasy, it really shouldn't matter. What should matter is they keep running the ball.
Yeah.
That's what should matter. It shouldn't matter. Like, this idea that we need to have our favorite guy in there. Like, come on, man.
No, but I do have Boston Scott in fantasy, but I'm not changing. He's not my starter.
I'm saying
every
that's
day.
what some people.
Yeah.
That's the reason behind why somebody would want. It's clear that Boston Scott's not a better running back than Miles Sanders.
I think people would. There's people out there now that would see. The problem is it's recency bias to where it's like, well, look what he's doing right there, and Miles Sanders doesn't hit the hole, and he needs to hit the hole quicker. Which, like you said, like I mean that's a decent criticism. That he needs to get downfield a little bit.
I think criticism of Miles Sanders is just unwarranted and unfair. It's just ridiculous. Miles Sanders wasn't the reason they weren't running the football. He didn't hurt them when he ran the ball. None of that stuff. This is just, it's worked for 2 games. Let's just keep it the way that it is. No, that's scared thinking. No, what good coaches realize is there's a talent level to everyone. The talent, that's the whole idea. Look, Greg Ward is there. Let's just keep him in there as the wide receiver. No, if we can upgrade the damn position, Greg Ward shouldn't be on the field.
He's not.
I'm just saying, right? But that's what we do. Greg Ward is the most reliable receiver we've had the last 2 years. Why would you take him off the field?
Yeah.
Yeah, because.
And they did the first chance they got.
Yeah, well, Quez Watkins is out there, Rager. Like, you got a better receiving group out there. Not saying that there's anything wrong with Greg Ward.
All right, let's give you our Twitter question, then we'll get to the phones. Twitter question brought to you by Mark's Jewelers. Mark's Jewelers in Montgomeryville. It's diamond season, diamond engagement season. Get your diamond engagement ring from my Jewelers, Mark's Jewelers in Montgomeryville. People ready to say the P word, start talking about it? Eagles are making the playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's okay to start using the P word. Are you expecting the Eagles to make the playoffs? 74.1% say no. So you're crazy, Jack Fritz. You're crazy, Johnny Marks. Stop it. Chuck in Mount Airy. Chuck!
Hey, Johnny Marks, I agree. What's going on?
What's up, Chucky?
Hey, listen, I'm not so sure I give Jalen Reagor better than Greg Ward.
I am.
Greg Ward out there.
I'm sure he is.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Okay.
It's good. It's close. You know what I mean? Listen, all right, we will make the playoffs this year, but I'm going to set the Eagles aside for a second. I have a burning concern right now for our 76ers. And the number one culprit is Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey, hope you're listening, because you are a fraud. You was a fraud when you came here.
I'm just riffing, baby.
You're a fraud, and you don't know. Listen, you try to save face to cover your behind and to make you look good while your team is going down in the standings. Now, I know our best player not there, Joel Embiid. I know this. But beyond that, you have an opportunity to make this team better. And you're chosen, for whatever reason, not to. All you worried about is what's next for Ben Simmons. What you're going to do with Ben Simmons. What you're going to do next with him to stand third. And you're neglecting the fact that your team is looking terrible. And they're going down in the standings. And you're supposed to be the GM and not allow this to happen. You got a situation with Ben Simmons that has gotten out of control, partly because of you letting it get this way. You have an opportunity to cut bait with him, but for whatever reason, you decide not to. You know what? Damn well, I'm sick of you and your little stupid face. Every time you come on this media, you know what I'm saying, and telling us what you're going to do with Ben Simmons at third. You think you're a tough guy, and you think you're going to sit here and have Ben Simmons sitting here as a fluffy Sixer. They don't want to be here. You're going to keep finding him. You're wasting your time. It's like you're running on a treadmill, buddy. You're going back and forth like a soap opera with Ben Simmons instead of doing what's right by the team. You know what? You are the reason why the 76ers are where they are right now. We are going down, declining slowly because of that guy. And I tell you one thing, he's just stealing money. That guy's stealing money. My son can do a better job than him at 13 years old as a GM. You're an idiot. You know what? You're tick for tat, and you should not be the GM of the Philadelphia 76ers. Elton Brand do a better job than you, buddy. You trying to save face. I see what you're doing, and you're not doing us no good by being our GM. Because no reason why this guy should still be here right now, and for what reason you're sitting here, keeping him here, trying to.
Well, I mean, Chuck, at this point, because we are where we are and they are where they are, and he elected not to make the trade in the offseason, and he had the value, which was ridiculous, and I don't know what he was thinking, but like now it's like, okay, dude, like you keep saying that you'll figure this market out and everything else, and then figure it out, right? Like now he's got to make this trade that no one thinks he can make because he's so smart.
I said it a long time ago, and now I see it. This guy is the reason why we are where we are right now. You know what I mean? You got an opportunity to make your team better. You make your team better. That's what real GMs do. Yep. They don't just inherit other guys', problems and wait till they become available. That's not GMing, man. That's not being vice president of a basketball team or whatever the case may be. This guy has yet to be proactive in anything that he's doing since he's been here. And we keep focusing our attention on the wrong things. He's the main culprit why we where we are right now. The Sixers are slowly declining.
They are, Chuck.
Declining. We're on a 6 or 7 game losing streak, and he is the sole culprit.
All right, Chuck.
I'm just riffing, baby.
There he is, Chuck from Mount Airy.
Not happy with Daryl Morey right now.
Hey, John. Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Yeah, I don't think any Sixer fan should. I don't.
I agree. They shouldn't be happy with him.
You can be mad and not like Ben Simmons, and that's perfectly fine.
Thing,
yeah,
yes.
It's totally separate.
Yes.
I'm with you on the Ben Simmons stuff, but Daryl Morey's done a poor job. I mean, this is the route he decided he was going to take. Right? Tried to make the trade, tried to trade him for Harden in the offseason, explored trades, ultimately didn't take Ben Simmons serious enough at his threats or how his behavior would be if you made him come here. Right? Like you said what you said, Daryl Morey, after the season was over when Howard put you on the spot and you didn't have an answer about Ben Simmons being part of the future. He heard all that. And Ben Simmons is a baby. But guess what? Like, you keep wanting or trying to force him to play. A, I don't know what the hell that's going to matter. B, he doesn't want to be here. And you can fine him and you can play this game. He's playing the game right back there with you.
Right.
So, I'm so focused on anything but Ben Simmons and the Sixers. right? Like Ben Simmons doesn't want to play for you. He's not going to play for you. If he does play for you, do you really want him out there? Ben Simmons, you're not getting him back. Ben Simmons is gone. You're not getting him back. Mentally, physically, you're not getting him back. So to continue this charade, just the best thing the 76ers could do right now, where it's less than a month till he can make this trade. You're going to get the holidays. You'll get into the Christmas season. Just let him stay in the background. Let him do the Ben Simmons stuff for the next couple weeks until you can trade him, and then trade him, trade him. Not helping value or anything like that. All right, the injury report is out for the Eagles. Did not practice for the Eagles. Dallas Goedert with that concussion. Again, it's only Wednesday, but he did not practice with a concussion. And Davion Taylor out with a knee.
Oh, boy.
Which is disappointing because you see the...
Is that what he had in training camp?
Yeah, he might not.
It
doesn't mean he's going to miss the game.
I think that was a calf. No, it doesn't. You're right.
Yeah, it doesn't mean he's going to miss the game. So.
No, I hope it's not. Well, obviously hope it's not, but one of the things with Taylor was, can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And we've seen him make some real difference in real play. So Taylor out of practice. Let's go to Tom in Vancouver. Tom, how you feeling, buddy?
Hey, I'm okay. I'm recouping here in bed after getting my nose fixed so I could breathe better this morning. I was in surgery.
Oh, wow.
So what was wrong with your nose? Was this like an emergency procedure or something you had planned?
No, it was an elective thing, but they're bumping a lot of the electives because of COVID, so people don't know like when their surgeries are going to be. Anyway, so
is he doing all right?
Okay, it's okay. Yeah,
right.
And I'm getting to listen to you guys, so that's fun.
Cool. What's up, man?
Okay, so playoffs, just hold up. You guys are going to trigger manic depressive listeners all over the place with this because the Eagles. I think there's a good chance they're going to lose against the Saints. So it'd be a fun game though. But I'm loving what I'm seeing. But the objective here is watching the team improve. So that's what I'd like to stay focused on. I have a new segment proposal. This is a fun one. It's the top 4 press conference tidbits from coordinators no one cares about, no one pays attention to. And I've got 4 to propose to you.
All right.
One, offensive coordinator Shane Steichen yesterday said that we have to keep running the ball. So that's some good news.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Steichen also said Phillip Rivers shares his high school plays with them in season.
Ooh, boy.
So they're running a Phillip Rivers offense, you're saying?
Is that what you're saying?
He didn't exactly say that. He said it's basically a more complex version of the Phillip Rivers offense.
We got to start listening to Shane Steichen, Jack.
Yes. Yeah, we got to start listening to Shane.
So number 3, special teams coordinator Michael Clay said that Derek Barnett has teams scheming against him because he's so good, and that was what opened things up for Sean Bradley in all likelihood.
So that's where Derek Barnett is most valued at, on rushing the kickers.
Yeah. And then lastly, at least one reporter called Gannon JG when posing his question.
Who was it, you know?
No, I was trying to listen to his name, but the way the sound works, it's sort of hard to sometimes hear. Like I can tell when it's ESP or one of the athletic guys, but
you didn't.
Some of them are hard to hear.
Okay, you didn't recognize the name. All right, well. So, I mean, yeah, so Arcega-Whiteside and Derek Barnett are special teams aces, and that's why they're on the roster. Good to know. So, did Phillip Rivers, when they didn't run the ball, was that his offense, or now they're using the Phillip Rivers offense?
No, they didn't say. The question was, are you in touch with Phillip Rivers about game planning? And have you not necessarily about game planning, but are you still in touch with Phillip Rivers and bouncing things off him? And he said, yes, we're in touch with him regularly. And we share some of what we're doing with them, and he's doing the same sort of thing at high school. But then he backtracked slightly, and he said, "But ours is obviously a little bit more complex."
Right, because he heard what he was saying, that they have a high school offense, and he had to
Unfreaking believable.
Tom, you're hired, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
We'll work on an open and some theme music. Feel better, Tom.
Yeah, feel better, brother.
Sounds like an assistant producer.
Yeah.
So he wants to be in charge of listening to the coordinators.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not going to do it.
I'm intrigued by Steichen now.
I mean, so if the Eagles had lost, right, and they come out and say they're running basically a high school offense, I mean, Angelo's having a conniption.
Yeah, and so is Bob Lane.
But no one even pays attention. Have you listened to Steichen at all this year?
Dude, Shane Steichen could be out there in that hub right there, and I wouldn't know who he was.
I don't know what he looks like either.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I have no idea.
I've never watched the press conference.
I remember. Didn't we like question whether he was a football guy, Jack, when we saw him? What he looked like? It's like, yeah, does he look like a? I don't know.
He looks like Dak Shepard, if you know who that is. You have to look him up, probably.
Dak Shepard? Who's that?
He's an
I remember
actor.
Dak Shepard.
All right, let me see. I brought him up.
Every time he talks, he just reminds me of this guy.
Yeah. Let's go to Steve. Steve, I've got about two for you here. Steve, what's up?
All right, Mark and Reese, what up, dudes?
What up, brother?
What's up, Steve?
All right, real quick, some homework for your sales department. Y'all was talking about burgers yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody get Ike Reese on the menu of chickens and pizza. He needs a sandwich called the package.
I need to see the package.
Exactly. And when you go in there and you say, I need to see the package, you get the sandwich, the crab fries, and some Ike chips.
I wouldn't give my high school mates the satisfaction of seeing the package.
And real quick,
I need to hire you as my agent, Steve. Come on, man.
Hey, look, man, that's the meal deal, man. Take that to the sales cast, man. Get it cracking.
All right.
The package. Come on, man.
I mean, Dawkins has a burger.
It wrote itself.
Yeah, Ike, dog, it's about the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, real quick on the Emmanuel Sanders thing, I will push back on one thing. When they were saying that he wasn't the cause of some of the...
Miles Sanders you're talking about.
Yeah, Miles Sanders, my bad. With the running, it was a couple of times that he did, we drove the length of the field, got down to like the 4-3, and he coughed up the ball. And the camera zoomed in on Sirianni, he's like, Jesus, I already don't want to run the ball. Now we got this dude fumbling right at the goal line. I think it might have happened like twice, and the next thing you know, we wasn't seeing no running action.
I think he did. I think he had two fumbles this year. Did he have two fumbles this season?
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, and it was like within the 5. Like
he fumbled down by the goal line?
Yeah, what game was that?
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, but I know I was furious because I broke something.
That was the Browns game last year.
Miles Sanders hasn't fumbled the ball at the goal line.
He has no fumbles this year.
This year?
He has none this year.
He hasn't coughed up the ball this season?
He has, according to the stats on ESPN.com, he has 0 fumbles. Last year he had 4 fumbles and 2 lost.
Right.
Okay, if I take that L, I take that L. But somebody double check for me because I know I was furious.
I just did double check. I looked at the stats.
Okay, I'll give it to you. Okay, Chevy.
What, you want me to watch every game over again and chart it? You and Herb.
Don't throw me in with Herb, man. Come on, knock it off. All right, dudes.
Later,
all right, Steve. Appreciate it.
We have Clay. This is the special teams coordinator. Go ahead.
To be completely honest, Derek Barnett has so many blocked field goals. They probably specialize on him. Hey, 96 is around here, so he probably thought he may get through there.
Why do they all sound the same?
I thought that was
Jonathan Gannon.
So did I. I was like, hold on, that's the special teams coordinator, which I guess it was. Wow. Yeah, they all sound the same.
It was, yeah.
What?
It wasn't JG though.
It sounded just like Jonathan.
At the beginning, I thought it was Jonathan Gannon.
Yeah. Hey, Jonathan. To be completely honest, Derek Barnett has so many blocked field goals. They probably specialize on him. Hey, 96 is around here, so he probably thought he may get through there.
Game
changer.
changer.
Hear a little Nick Foles in there too.
A little bit, but at the end, yep. A little bit.
Is Michael Clay a winner?
215-592-94.
Well,
of course.
You got 2 blocks this year.
Yeah.
Well, no, you got a punt block and 1 field goal block. Yeah.
How the returns have been fine, I guess.
Yeah, when they don't bring out the bad returns.
But it's not like last year. Like last year, Ward was out of control.
Yeah, it felt like they were inside the 20 every time. But they haven't given up big returns this year, right?
I think only 1.
One.
I don't think it crossed the 50, but they gave up 1 long return.
I'll take that
Crazy
over 10
Eyes
games.
Phip kind of worked his way out.
Crazy Eyes Phip.
Coming up, top 5 at 5 with Jack. What does he have in store for us today? We'll get to that. Remember, 5:30, your chance to win a 4-pack of Eagles tickets, all brought to you by Goldenberg's Peanut Chews. That's all next. Don't go anywhere.
Love it. Love it.
Love It or Leave It is an insanely funny, wildly popular, critically beloved, extremely handsome podcast hosted by former Obama speechwriter John Lovett on Crooked Media. Each week, Lovett, that's me, is joined by comedians, journalists, activists, elected officials, and more to break down the latest news with humor, analysis, and light optimism wherever applicable. New episodes drop every Saturday morning. Listen on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen.
Hi, it's Elise Lunan, host of Pulling the Thread. In this show, I chat with culture-defining leaders, thinkers, and experts about this rare moment that we find ourselves in and how to think about our own lives and experiences within a larger social and spiritual construct. Listen and follow Pulling the Thread with me, Elise Lunan, a podcast presentation of Cadence 13, now for free on Odyssey and wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Shayna.
And I'm Tracy, and we're the hosts of Band of Mothers podcasts. We're a little Wait, Don't Tell Me meets This American Life meets Thelma and Louise.
I can't wait to drive off a cliff with you.
You've been saying that since the 8th grade.
Each week we feature real stories from moms just like you. Plus, we've got live performances, in-studio interviews, games, original music, and more.
So join our Band of Mothers and subscribe now on the Odyssey app or anywhere you listen to podcasts.
It's the Band of Mothers podcast.